Hello friends, I am your Worldpedia speaking. The whole war will be directed towards Iran and Russia. There are big changes happening all of a sudden in the war between Israel and Hamas. It has been confirmed that the Hezbollah in South Lebanon has been involved in this war. Breaking news has come out that Israel has destroyed some rockets from Iran that were attacked by Hezbollah. Breaking news has come out that Israel has destroyed some rockets from Iran that were attacked by Hezbollah. There are doubts that Israel might have attacked Hezbollah with a drone sent to attack Hezbollah in Lebanon. There are doubts that Israel might have attacked Hezbollah with a drone sent to attack Hezbollah in Lebanon. So far, we have learned that thousands of Hamas terrorists have been killed in the attacks of Gaza, but today this war is very heated. The reason is that two very important Hamas commanders were captured and killed by the Israeli army. We call these two as commanders, but I doubt that these two will be the two important leaders of the Hamas group. Therefore, it seems that many groups in many Islamic countries around the world have begun to attack Israel. Therefore, it seems that many Islamic countries around the world have begun to attack Israel. For example, many groups in Syria and Lebanon are ready to attack Israel. For example, many groups in Syria and Lebanon are ready to attack Israel. As you all know, America has already found evidence that Iran is involved in the attacks of Hamas on Saturday, but today Israel is saying that it is not yet confirmed that Iran is involved in the attacks of Hamas on Saturday. Iran's foreign minister has said that if Hezbollah attacks Israel in southern Lebanon, Israel will be destroyed by a big earthquake. Iran's foreign minister has said that if Hezbollah attacks Israel in southern Lebanon, Israel will be destroyed by a big earthquake. According to Israeli statistics, there are almost 150,000 rockets in Hezbollah's arsenal in southern Lebanon. There are also precision-guided missiles in Hezbollah's arsenal. Israel has analyzed that Hezbollah can attack any part of Israel. Another interesting fact is that Hezbollah has fought in Syria for 15 years. So, Hezbollah alone has 150,000 rockets in its arsenal. Hezbollah alone has 12 years of experience in fighting. That is why Iran's foreign minister has said that if Hezbollah attacks Israel, Israel will be in danger. Hezbollah's main weapon is Iran. Iran has already started preparing its warships and aircrafts. Iran has already started preparing its warships and aircrafts. On Saturday, Hamas terrorists used these weapons in their attacks in China. These rockets were given to Iran. And the evidence that these weapons were given to Hamas terrorists by Iran is coming out. So, is this war already directly related to Iran and China? We have already talked about this. We can't stay without talking about this. Everyone has a doubt whether this is true or not. Putin is like a villain in a James Bond movie. He has a gaming controller in his hand. He controls the world's problems. He might be exaggerating. If he presses a button, Balkans will be in trouble. If he presses another button, the bomb will explode in the Middle East. Putin is already a big influence in the world. But in this war, when we look at what Iran and China are doing, we can't help but doubt whether he is doing this too. Putin and Hamas have a big connection. Even though there is no direct connection in the form of terrorism, there is a big connection between Putin and Hamas. But we can't say that Putin has a connection with the attacks on Saturday. We don't need to talk about the relationship between Iran and Russia. It is a very strong relationship. Iran is a separate state for the Palestinians. Putin has a strong connection with Hamas. Iran has a strong connection with Russia. Iran is a support to Hezbollah. When we look at all these, we can see that Iran is a big war front. Iran is a big army against Israel. But you need to pay attention to one thing. In the history of Palestine, Putin has not declared Hamas as a terrorist group. He has also not declared it as a group that is fighting for independence for the Palestinians. But Putin has not declared it as a terrorist group. But Putin has not declared it as a terrorist group, but we can say that there is a good relationship between Israel and Russia. There is evidence that Putin has a good relationship with Israel. Putin knows the power of Israel and the Jews very well. For this reason, Putin has not declared Israel as a terrorist group. But now, there is a doubt that Russia and China are a threat to Hamas and Hezbollah. Iran and Russia have not declared that they are a threat to Israel and Hezbollah. The only reason for not declaring that they are a threat to Israel and Hezbollah is, after the attacks on Israel on Saturday, US President Biden and other countries have condemned the atrocities of the Hamas terrorists. We will support Israel as much as we can. We will help Israel as much as we can. We will provide all the military and security assistance that Israel needs. This is the reason why this war is still going on in Gaza. Russia cannot fight a war like Israel-USA. I have not questioned Putin's knowledge of Russian weapons. Russia cannot fight a war like Ukraine-USA. Russia cannot fight a war like Iran-Israel, even if there are 150,000 rockets and missiles. If the US and Israel fight a war, Lebanon, Iran, Hamas, and Syria will be destroyed. It has not even been a week since the war started. You would have seen the weapons that were brought to show that we are with Israel. You would have seen the weapons that were brought to show that we are with Israel. If you see the details of all the US weapons, you will be shocked. US weapons have come from Britain to Royal Navy, but one thing is very clear. The button to start a war in the Middle East, the evidence that Russian President Putin is the one who pressed it. You all know that Russian President Putin needed a big distraction in Ukraine. Iran, Russia, and China planned to divert the attention of the US and NATO countries from Ukraine. It is true that Hamas terrorists attacked Israel on Saturday. The attacks on Israel will definitely affect the war in Ukraine. Using that, Russian President Putin will definitely take an advantage in the war in Ukraine. Ukraine President Zelensky has already said that the war in the Middle East will affect Ukraine a lot, whether it is money or weapons. It is true. You will think, will the Russian President Putin, who will bring an end to the Hamas-Israel war, not help? Will he be a mediator? You will definitely ask this question. If you ask me, Putin will definitely not help in bringing an end to this war. Putin's wish is that this war should continue, because he needs to bring an end to the US-NATO war. He has no problem with that. You see how cruel it is? If you ask me, will Russia become a peacemaker? Will Russia help in bringing peace? How will that happen? You all know that Russia started a big war with the plan to invade Ukraine 20 months ago. Why did he want to invade Ukraine? Why did he start the war? That is a big issue. There are no videos or news about that on our channel. Millions of people died. Millions of soldiers died. Will Putin help in bringing an end to this war, or will he come to save the Hamas terrorists? You tell me. If you look at it fairly, Putin wants his country and his people to win. That is what Putin will do. We cannot say that is wrong. But if Putin wants to bring danger to the US, then this is a big opportunity. But there are dangers to Russia as well. Putin has already declared that the US is responsible for this war. You would have heard that. We have already said in our video that the US's failure is the reason for this war in Gaza. What does that mean? It means that Putin has proven the US's power, because the US has another bad name. That is Russia. Putin has benefited from the Russia-Ukraine war. But if there is a war between the US and Israel to attack Iran, then that war is not good for Russia. Isn't it surprising? I will tell you why. Iran and Russia have a military relationship. It is true that Russia lost its weapons to attack Ukraine. Russia and Israel already have a good understanding. Even if Israel and the US don't have a good relationship, they have a good relationship. But the US is pressuring Israel. I am going to attack Iran for you. We are going to destroy Iran together. But Iran is Russia's ally. So Russia will definitely support Iran. So it is not good to have a relationship with Russia. But if Israel and the US attack Iran together, then Russia will definitely join Iran. But Russia does not want to join Iran in a long war. Russia will not be able to do it. Because Russia-Ukraine war is the reason for it. Putin values the good relationship with Israel. So the leaders of Russia and the military of Russia will not support Iran in a long war. So if you ask if Russia will support Iran in a long war, then definitely not. But if you ask if China will support Iran in a long war, then definitely not. There will never be a war between them. They will be afraid of a war. They will be afraid of a war. So this war will take place inside the casa. Neither China nor Russia will come. The US will make arrangements to attack Iran if it gets a small chance. The US will make arrangements to attack Iran if it gets a small chance. You will immediately ask, who are Saudi, Qatar, Lebanon, and Jordan? What weapons do they have? Who made the weapons? Who gave them the F-Series fighter jet? Can they attack the US or Israel with those weapons? They will attack. One software update is enough. The weapons they have will not work. Do you know who is the fighter pilot for the fighter jets in Saudi? The Pakistanis. So will the fighter jets fly? They will go to a village and kill the people there. The terrorists like Hamas are jumping into a war like this. There is no fool like them in the world. That is the basic truth. There is an authority, administration, and government within the Palestine region. They have a government. None of them support the Hamas terrorists. None of them have asked for a separate state for them to fight for them. How can they do such a cruel attack? How can that be justified? So I will say it again. This is not a struggle or war between the people of Palestine and the Palestine region. Without understanding this, some people ask unnecessary questions like, do you know the history? Do you know who is the Palestinian? Do you know how Israel was formed? Do you know who is Israel? We know. Go ahead. So what should not happen now is Israel and Saudi Arabia should not unite. Do you know whose wish is this? On one side, Iran's wish. On the other side, Pakistan's wish. You know, no one takes Pakistan's wish seriously. What if they have that wish or not? Israel and Saudi Arabia should not unite is one thing. Iran has planned this. Israel and Saudi Arabia should not unite is one thing. Iran has planned this. This is the attack on Israel that happened on Saturday. Maybe Russia could have agreed to this, because Russia, China, and no other Arab country would have joined this war. If the number increases, Iran will join the war, and Hezbollah in Lebanon will join the war. If we want to hit these two targets, 10 F-35 fighter jets in America will be enough. Now you tell me, how can we leave this war? Now you tell me, what the Hamas terrorists did was right or wrong. Now you tell me, will Russia join this war or not? Now you tell me, is China not afraid of war? Now you tell me, will Israel win this war or not? You cannot hit the Jews so easily. You can say whatever you want. You are a Jew who loves Israel and Jews. You a Jew who lives in India. Keep saying this. What I need is, there should not be any terrorist in the world. There should not be any terrorists who can do terrorism in the world, whoever they are, whichever religion they belong to, whatever caste they belong to, in the world. If you like this video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please watch the other videos. If you like it, please subscribe. Thank you so much, my dear friends, for watching all my videos and supporting my channel. Until I come back with my next awesome video, it's bye-bye from Worldpedia. Stay safe, stay positive, stay active and stay fit. And always dream big in your life. We should believe that we can achieve anything, anywhere, my dear friends. And, as I always say, please take care of your parents at home. Take care of your parents at home, my dear friends. Thank you. Bye bye.